Hello, we're going to draw. This is the second part that I'm going to give you to draw. In case you get the first one done today, you can work on this one. This one is similar, except for this little groove or slot right here in the middle, which is not as hard to do as it might look at first. So basically, we got a rectangle similar to the last drawing, almost the same dimensions. We also have two holes, and then of course that slot right there. So let's open up Autodesk Inventor. Let's make a new part. And then we're going to, of course, start with the 2D sketch. Click the XY plane. Then we're going to start a rectangle. And we're going to click on the dot in the middle. Left mouse click, let go, drag it diagonal, left mouse click and let go again. Then we're going to dimension this. Our dimensions for this part was 3 inches long. We're 1.5 inches high, and we extrude it to 1/2 inch or 0.5. So right here, I dimension this to be 3 inches. Our vertical line was 1.5 inches, 1.5. We'll scroll our wheel forward, make it shrink apart a bit, bring it to the center, and then we'll finish that sketch. And then we will extrude this. And I believe we extruded it to 0.5. Say OK. Click the house button here to see where we're at. So here, let's save this. Let's go up to our file, save as. If you're not already there, you're going to search for your H drive. Come down through the list, look for your Tech 1 folder. And this part, we don't want to call it part 4. Let's call it 2 whole bracket dash your name dash your class period. And then we're going to click save. All right, so there's our part. As soon as this is finished saving, I think we will begin with the 2 holes, and then we'll do that slot last at the end. This is taking a while to save, so hopefully yours saves faster. Okay. All right, so again, we're going to start with the 2D sketch. Click the front face of our part. All right, so right here, that didn't work out quite right. Let's start a 2D sketch again. Click the face of our part. Okay, we'll scroll the mouse wheel, or use the mouse wheel to drag it to the middle. So let's get our point tool again. We'll put a point here, just eyeball it, put a point across from there. And then we will come up and dimension that. So this point here from the center of the point, let's go see what the holes are. So this hole here is 1/2 inch from the left end of the part. The height is from the bottom to the center hole here, center of the hole, which is 0.75. Again, this hole is from the right end of the part. It's 0.5 to the center hole and 0.75 up, same dimensions. So let's go back to our drawing. So we will dimension, let's find our point, click in the center of that point, click the right vertical line, and we are 0.5 from the edge. And from the center point to the lower horizontal line, we were 0.75. Okay, now we'll go do this hole right here. The center of that dot to the bottom horizontal line was 0.75. The center dot here to the right and vertical was 0.5. All right, so we got our holes made. So now we need to finish our sketch. And we need to grab our hole tool. The hole, it puts our holes in there, but they're putting them at 0.25, which was the last size, the hole, the last one that we made. These are calling out the holes a little bit different. If you look in the top view from this extension line to this one is 0.375 for both of those. So calling them out a little bit different. So we're going to change this to 0.375. Our check mark. And there's our two holes. So now we need to draw this this piece right here in the center. For me, I think the easiest way is just to draw another rectangle on here, and then we'll extrude that out. So we'll make that quite simple. So let's click the navigation house button, go to home. We're going to start a 2D sketch. Click our face of our part again. Use this mouse wheel, the scroll wheel, to click and drag the part to the center. This time we're going to grab our rectangle tool. Now when you do this, you need to make sure that this crosshair, the dot on your cursor, is on top of that vertical, or the top horizontal line. It has to be right on top. Can't leave a gap. Then you want to drag diagonal to the bottom. Make sure, again, that crosshair is right on the horizontal line. And left mouse click. All right, so that's our square. We need to dimension that to get it in the right location. So if we come back here, we know that the first side of this one is at 1 inch and the other side is at 2 inches. So let's go do that. We click dimension from this end, from the left end. The first side of our square is going to be 1 inch. Click this left side here. Go to the opposite side of that rectangle. Okay, that was going to be 2 inches. So I drug this line a little bit further down than the 1 inch line just so it's easy to read. Okay, so now we're ready to finish the sketch. And then of course we need to extrude this. Now, this one we are going to cut. This middle second button down here is cut. And we need to cut it, if you look right here, here's the front of our face. Down to that step is 0.25 or a 1/4 inch. So we need to come up here and make this 0.25 right here. We need to tell what part we want to cut and which way we want to go. So we want to go this direction too. We want to cut this one in, and that's what it's going to look like. And we're going to say okay. So that is pretty much our part. If you don't get your rectangle even on this line and this line, it's going to leave like a roof right here. It'll be a solid piece right across the top. And you'll see what I do. If that happens, just Control Z backwards, back out of it until you get far enough where you can correct it. But that's that part. So we need to go up and do our Control S to save it. Should have saved it after the two little holes probably, and then saved it again one final time once you get the slot made. But this part goes fairly quick. You can also do the file save to save it. But this part draws pretty quick. So once you get this finished, take and upload this to Google Classroom to the assignment, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Good luck.